as far as when he does step on stage, if he's coming in looking like an alien from another planet, when he takes his clothes off and he walks on stage and the judges see him, I'm not saying that the judges are influenced by social media, but they're only human. You are watching Muscle Central. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave a comment. Okay, I've been hearing recently people questioning whether Nick Walker will be ready in time for the Olympia, whether he's on schedule. They're pointing out the fact that we haven't really been seeing updates of him. As well, we see posts that he makes, but you don't see his physique. He's pretty much covered up. We're getting glimpses of his legs, but nothing else, and that's not typical of Nick Walker. He's usually out there posting regularly, and you're watching the progress all along. So people are assuming that because he's not showing his physique, he's worried, he's hiding something, he's not where he needs to be, and he doesn't want to let everyone else see that. Well, I can remember probably more than 2 months ago already on the Mutant and the Mouth podcast. If those of you who don't know what that is, that's the podcast that Nick Walker and Guy Sistanino do. Back then, Nick told Guy that you're not going to be seeing much of any update pics of me going into this Olympia. He decided back then not to do it. So the idea that he's not showing off his physique with these update pics like he typically does, he informed us weeks and weeks ago that he wasn't doing it. I don't think it has anything to do with him not being on schedule to look a certain way when he steps on stage. I think you can push that aside. Like I said before, he has been giving us some glimpses of his legs, which have been a question in the past. His quads from the front, we've always said that needs more sweep, and it definitely appears like there have been improvements, but we just don't know yet exactly what's going on with the rest of the body. Now, he might be hiding something in there that looks like it came from another planet. We won't know until he steps on stage at the Olympia. But as far as when he does step on stage, if he's coming in looking like an alien from another planet, when he takes his clothes off and he walks on stage and the judges see him, I'm not saying that the judges are influenced by social media, but they're only human. Judges, I'm sure they're on the social media to see what's going on out there. You cannot help it. It's whether anybody, not just a judge, it's just human nature. If you see these changes little by little on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, now when he eventually does step on stage, you do see changes, improvements from what he looked like the last time he was on the Olympia stage. But the effect that it has on you, the psychological effect, as opposed to nobody sees what's going on, then all of a sudden he steps on stage, like Dorian Yates used to say, I don't want them to look at me and say, gee, that's a nice physique. I want them to look at me, drop their jaws and their pencils and say, what the fuck? And if he brings in that kind of crazy physique, it's going to have a psychological effect to a degree on the judges also. Like I said, it's human nature. You can't get around that. I personally think that we're going to see, he's always brought in a lot of muscle, and Nick doesn't have an issue bringing in conditioning. Granted, not Hadi Chupon conditioning, but nobody brings in Hadi Chupon conditioning. He brings in conditioning uh, consistently. I think we're going to see this year, muscularity and conditioning on a level that we've never seen from him before. And he just might make the judges drop their jaws and say, "What the fuck?" Okay, if you agree or disagree with anything I've said, please let me know in the comment section. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.